Hello everyone, welcome to our video session on regional organizations. In this video we are going to focus on chapter 6 of your textbook. This chapter is providing information and examples of regional integration processes. Let's start with learning outcomes. At the end of this video and this chapter, you will be able to analyze the motivations behind the emergence of European Union. You can clarify the main focus of ALADI and its position in global order and its background. You can also explain the goals and economic size of Andean Community. You will be able to analyze EURASEC and its impact on Eurasian economy. You can explain NAFTA's path to its emergence. You can also discuss Southeast Asian nations and their goals in forming ASEAN. And finally, you will be able to discuss the roots of MERCOSUR. Let's start with European Union. So the idea of creating a common market was first promoted by French Foreign Minister Schuman in 1950. After that, 6 founding members, West Germany, France, Italy, Belgium, Netherlands, and Luxembourg, created the European Coal and Steel Community with the Paris Treaty, which was signed in 1951 and put into force in 1952. So basically the first legal international organization was created in 1952. Following the creation of steel community, coal and steel community, European countries created European Economic Community and Euratom in 1957 in Rome. And finally, they merged all these organizations by Brussels Treaty in 1965. In 1985, the European countries created a single market with Single European Act in 1992 after the end of the Cold War. European Union Treaty in Maastricht, or the Maastricht Treaty, was signed, which finally created the European Union as a legal body. And also European Union was positioned on 3 pillars with Amsterdam Treaty. And there are some other examples or other stages of deepening of European integration. For instance, Nice Treaty in 2001 was important in adapting a European Union structure for new members. However, the initiative for EU Constitution failed due to the referenda in France and Netherlands. And finally, European Union reached its current organizational structure by the signing of Lisbon Treaty in 2007. There are waves of enlargements. There are waves of joining of new members into the Union. The first enlargement took place in 1963. At that time, Denmark, Britain, and Ireland joined the European Union. However, as we know, today Britain is not a member of European Union. The country left the Union in 2020. The second enlargement includes Greece, which joined the Union in 1981. The third enlargement during the Cold War was Portugal and Spain's accession to the Union in 1986. Finally, after the end of the Cold War, in 1995, Austria, Finland, Sweden joined the Union. South Cyprus, Czech Republic, Estonia, Hungary, Latvia, Lithuania, Malta, Poland, Slovakia, and Slovenia joined the Union in 2004, which makes the largest or the broadest wave of enlargement in the European history. And then Bulgaria and Romania joined the Union in 2007, and finally Croatia joined the Union. There are also other candidate states, including Turkey. Regarding the governance, there are different organizations and organs in European Union. Within the European Union, European Commission is kind of an executive body. European Parliament is the parliamentary body. Each member state sending each peoples of each member states having elections and sending their representatives based on their size and population. The Council of the EU and the European Council, these are the supreme organs of the Union, including the ministers or the leaders of the European countries. How the decision-making process taking place in Europe? First, the Commission, European Commission, drafted a proposal, and this proposal sent to Parliament and Council. Both organization or organs read and discuss it, and in order to take a decision, it should be approved jointly by Parliament and Council. And there are different types of documents, legal documents, regulations, directives, decisions, and recommendations. In terms of foreign policy, after the Lisbon Treaty, European Union created a position of High Representative, and also there is a division called European Union External Action, which is a kind of foreign minister of the European Union. So the Union is trying to establish a common defense and foreign policy as well. Another organization, example of organizations, regional integration organization, is the Latin American Integration Association. The ultimate phase of integration process is started in 1950s with the creation of Latin American Free Trade Area. So this NAFTA was transformed into ALADI in 1980. The basic aim of this organization, this association, is to maintain economic and social development of Latin America. It is an example of, or the indication of, the gradual and progressive formation of a Latin American common market. There are 13 members from different South American countries, and it is the Latin American Integration Association is based in Montevideo, Uruguay. As for its main organs, the Council of Ministers of Foreign Affairs, the Evaluation and Convergence Conference, the Committee of Representatives, and the Secretariat are its main organs dealing with the governance of the organization. There's another example from South America. It's the Andean Community. It is a trade bloc created between Bolivia, Colombia, Ecuador, and Peru. It aims to form a kind of a custom union between these countries. It was created by Andean Pact or Cartagena Agreement signed in 1969. The main aim of Andean Community was to promote balance and harmonious development of its member states. It's based in Lima, Peru, and Chile joined the Andean Community in 1976. Venezuela in 2006 left the pact, the Andean Pact. In 2006, Andean Free Trade Area became entirely operational finally, and also they launched a kind of Andean passport in order to mobility for its people without issuing visa. Andean Community has several principal organs: Andean Council of Foreign Ministers, Andean Community Commission, and some other bodies dealing with the governance of the community. Let's move on to Eurasian Economic Community. It is a regional organization aiming to form a customs union and common economic space. It's based in northern Eurasia. It's created by the Treaty of Establishment of Eurasia Economic Community in 2000, and Belarus, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Russia, and Tajikistan are the founding members of Eurasian Economic Community. And Uzbekistan joined in 2006 but then left in 2008. Moldova, Ukraine, and Armenia are granted as a observer status. The main goal is to accomplish forming a free trade regime, a unified customs tariffs, and a unified system of non-tariff regulations and measures. The Eurasian Economic Community has different principal bodies: the Interstate Council, Integration Committee, Commission of Permanent Representatives, Interparliamentary Assembly, Integration Committee Secretariat, and finally Community Court of Justice are responsible for different factions within the Eurasian Economic Community. The North American Free Trade Agreement is another, NAFTA is another sample of regional integration. It is a free trade agreement between United States, Canada, and Mexico. It is a base for further integration. It was signed in 1993 after the Cold War in the 90s, came into force in 1994 during the Bill Clinton administration. It removed most tariffs and other barriers on trading products and services among these three countries. It granted intellectual property rights, and it's of course influenced by the European integration. And during the Trump administration, NAFTA was renegotiated. This agreement was renegotiated, and it has some principal bodies as well. Free Trade Commission, Secretariat, and some other bodies are responsible for the implementation of the North American Free Trade Agreement. Another example is Common Market of the South, MERCOSUR, and it is Latin Spanish name. It's a trading and political bloc of currently 5 countries in South America. So Argentina, Bolivia, Brazil, Paraguay, and Uruguay are members of the organization of the Common Markets of the South. Venezuela joined in 2012, but its membership was suspended in 2016. The process of regional integration was started in 1991 and it was modified in 1994. It aims at forming a common markets in South America. However, it's criticized as a trade shield, serving as a trade shield for Argentina and Brazil. And there are also doubts on the commitments of its member states to democracy. Chile, Colombia, Ecuador, Guyana, Peru are its associate members. In terms of its structural organization, Common Market Council, Common Market Group, Trade Commission, and Secretariat form its organizational structure. Another organization is the Association of Southeast Asian Nations. It replaced the Association of Southeast Asia, ASA, which was formed by the Philippines, Thailand, and the Federation of Malaya. Now it's Malaysia in 1961. So Association of Southeast Asia Nations was established in 1967. Indonesia, Malaysia, the Philippines, Singapore, and Thailand are its founding members. But there are some other countries joined the association. Brunei joined the association, ASEAN in 1984, Vietnam in 1995, Laos and Myanmar in 1997, and finally Cambodia in 1999 joined the ASEAN. It focused on economic cooperation, encouraged trade among its members, and it also implements some joint research and development projects. ASEAN Summit, ASEAN Coordinating Council, ASEAN Sectoral Ministerial Bodies, and the ASEAN Intergovernmental Commission on Human Rights, and finally ASEAN Dialogue Partners, forming its structural, organizational aspect of the ASEAN. Thank you very much for your participation. This video includes a very brief introduction on the samples of regional integration, so I strongly suggest you to go and read your textbook, because the textbooks are the main learning materials. Thank you very much.